Alright, we are live.
Woo! Hey guys, what's up?
All right. Ready to go?
Yep.
Do we have music?
After you do the lead-in.
Awesome. Let's go. All right. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Ludra needs to be at the top of the document. I didn't know we were starting yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all typing show notes still because I didn't do the Star Trek part, and then.
That's okay. Just let us know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm up there.
All right. In 2, 1. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
We have meetups.
The Nomads are coming to Smite.
Star Wars has an amazing race.
Racists. We have a date for the Fall Craft Fair.
Turbo Addiction and Hoots are here to talk about Eve.
All that and more coming up now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 205 of the podcast celebrating the AIE gaming community. Zod is out on super secret assignment tonight, so he left us in charge. I'm Makala, and I can usually be found making a mess in the guild kitchen. Over here is the lovely and amazing Aludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome. And I'm trying to figure out something silly. I totally got scrambled there for a second, guys.
And just to my right is our backup co-host, Tetsimi.
I brought spreadsheets.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Which is
wow,
appropriate.
I'm so
Because
shocked.
This week, we're joined by our special guests, Turbo Addiction and Hoots, who are here to talk to us all about AIE in Eve. Welcome.
Hey, Turbo, most of you played with me on World of Warcraft at some point, but I've switched to Eve and spreadsheets.
Because you needed more paranoia?
Yeah.
Now, is Hoots off being a spy, or do we think he's going to join us later?
I believe he will be joining us later. He's probably being a spy somewhere at the moment.
Probably.
Oh, that's sneaky. That's some sneaky stuff right there. He's so sneaky we didn't even see that he wasn't in the show.
Wow.
I know, and yet he's all over leaving his mark all over the notes. So
Right?
sneaky.
Pretty impressive.
Dude.
So, guys, what's been going on with you in game, Aludra?
Oh, well, that depends on the game. Let's see. In Warcraft, I've been digging a lot in Warcraft. Like I should be in the Warcraft equivalent of China. I have dug so many holes so deep. Oh.
That Pandaria?
Well, no, because I'm starting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why are you digging?
Because I want a stupid crawling claw.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Ooh, I hear typing.
He's working on his spreadsheets.
Tets should know better to mute himself. No, so I've been digging for this crawling claw pet, which totally doesn't exist, and I'm pretty convinced that there's like some sort of if clause, like if Eludra's digging, do not let pop ever, because yeah. But other than that, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy because oh my gosh, there's a patch, and oh my gosh, it's so great, and oh my gosh, I'm digging in the dirt in Final Fantasy. I just realized.
What are you doing in Final Fantasy?
I'm the gardening lead of the guild, and so there's so many things you need to garden up, and yet we only have these 3 tiny little plots, and they keep adding more stuff. Like with the last patch, it's plant special seeds to color your chocobo, and So I've been gardening on overtime, trying to get these seeds out and these fruits out for the whole grand company, the whole guild. And yeah, it's just been a lot of digging in the dirt this week for me. Oh my god.
So what other games can you dig in? Or have you been digging in?
Well, there's Minecraft, of course.
Right, of course.
There's always Minecraft. But yeah, and Harvest Moon. Do you know how much Harvest Moon I played? Yes, so that's a lot of digging in dirt and farming.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
If you were in the Warlords beta and you had your garrison,
Of course I am.
then you've got your mine, and you'd be digging in your mine.
Yep, exactly.
And all you beta people need to be quiet about it.
Oh no, I love the beta. I love it so much I barely play it. So that no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Unamused Makala's unamused.
Oh, okay, then unamused Makala, what have you been up to in games?
I've actually been working too much to game.
There we go.
Well, no, since the Munchkin started junior high and she has to be at school at 6:30 for cross country, we leave the house about an hour earlier than we normally would, but I still work as late. So, been doing a lot of that. We did have a good night Sunday in Raid.
Yeah, I missed it.
I know, honey.
You guys, I'm so tragic. I just finished everything and... No, I'm kidding.
Are you coming tonight?
Yeah. I'm here now. I better be coming
All
tonight.
right, And we're gearing up for the craft fair, but more about that later. And how about you, Tedzimi? What spreadsheets have you been working on?
Actually, just working on crafting, mining in Oldham, trying to get more Elementium ore and the ore for prospecting jewels for the craft fair. So that's where we need the main part of our gems right now. So I've been focused on that. Dabbling in the beta, just trying to figure out how the professions in the beta are going to translate to the craft fair for next craft fair, so we've got that ahead of time, that sort of things. But other than that, just logging in Tet, rep grinding on Xiaohao. I'm doing the Timeless Isle. I go do the kill 20 elites, and I figured instead of killing the frogs, which takes about 10 minutes to do, I actually go up and kill the flaming cows that are up there because they give you rep and count towards the quest, so I'm grinding rep at the same time. But that's about it.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be digging into EVE Online shortly, but first, let's cover this week's news.
News bumper!
News bumper!
News bumper!
AIE News.
There we go! There we go! Okay, because I was sitting there and I'm like,
Sorry, it took me a moment to get it loaded.
No, that's no problem. You guys, as you can always tell, we are only the highest level of professional on the AIE podcast. Okay? Only the best for our listeners and only the best for us. So, who's typing in my ears? See? All pro. Are you coming to Dragon Con and want to hang out with some of the members of the finest guild around? AIE has a meetup planned for the Joystick Game Bar in Atlanta in just one Earth Week. Whoa, what's that? An Earth Week? Yeah, we're getting technical. We're in so many zones we don't even know. August 28th from 7 to 10, meet up at the Joystick Game Bar, which actually sounds like a lot of fun. So if you're going to be there, head on over. Also, the Final Fantasy Fan Fest is coming to Las Vegas on October 17th, and we are planning a mini guild hall at the Rio Hotel. Yes,
nice. That's
right. Vegas, guys. Come on, everybody should be driving in for this. Excluding me because, illness. But hey, Fan Fest in Vegas. Where else would we not stand out? I mean, honestly, guys.
I think there's also, at the same time in a different hotel, there's, an EVE event going on, so.
Yes!
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, EVE Vegas is going to be happening very soon. I'm not sure exactly what's all going on with that, because it is too far for me to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
good thing the internet can let everybody kind of be inclusive in these events. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you can't be there, sometimes there's streams, sometimes there's feeds, sometimes there's just a lot of news articles that can be almost as good.
All right. And the Nomads head into Smite tonight at 9 Eastern Standard Time. So once you're done here, head on over to highresstudios.com to play. What is Smite? Well, it's a first-person MOBA that has a traditional MMO feel to it where you get to play any variety of mythological beings. Can't play tonight? No worries. Head on over to the Imperium Ludi section, words are hard, of the forums where we can see the Nomads are drifting to next.
The Amazing Race Season 2 in Star Wars The Old Republic starts September 2nd and runs every Tuesday through September 29th. You have until August 30th to sign up, but you might want to, as 1 million credits are on the line. To run the race, you must be on a level 55 Republic tune and have AIE Mumble installed. And reminder again, Vent expires September 1st, so you want to make sure your Mumble is up and running.
Yeah, Mumble's really great, you guys. Like, I know it's like, oh my god, I gotta change the thing. I don't want to. Mumble updates all the time, whereas Vent doesn't, and it's really awesome, and it's a really great change. I mean, the clarity for my guild, or not my guild, my raid team is just outstanding.
Yeah, you can hear all the inappropriate comments loud and clear.
Yes, that's what's great about raid teams, you guys. Oh, and just another quick reminder, just because it's not explicitly marked D&D, remember, quest and raid channels are D&D. We're going to be putting up some clarifying signage very soon.
Dungeons & Dragons?
Yes, that's right. No, do not disturb, guys. Come on. Oh, you are awesome. Everything is awesome. So, as mentioned already, the AIE Fall Craft Fair has been announced. Join AIE in the lovely, picturesque, non-crowded Silver Moon City on October 4th and 5th. There's lots of information on the wiki, including leveling guides, materials needed, and of course, the history of this mainstay on the AIE calendar. If you want to know why it is we do the craft fair and what's going on, check it out. Am I the only one hearing the echo?
I'm hearing a bit of an echo.
Yeah. Does somebody have their speakers open?
Nope. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you great. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to muscle through it, guys. Sorry about that. So, if you're interested in RP and don't know where to start in Warcraft, check out the RP section of the AIE Azeroth forums, where there are various events and opportunities posted. Start your own group, fill in a backstory on the wiki. We support all of this. So, let your creativity fly.
Because, we are an RP server against common belief.
I know. It's really great sometimes, wandering around and seeing some of the events other players can put on. Once I stood there on my warrior just staring, thinking I found a new NPC event until they started talking about me. And, yeah, awkward.
Awkward. All right, and OMG Guild Wars 2 news. That's right.
Wow.
Guild Wars 2 feature pack was featured in Guild Mag. The new content has even has a video outlining the new feature coming to the game. A full list of the new content is up on the Guild Wars site, and of course the discussion is right going on in the forums. We missed you guys. Glad to see you're back in the news.
Yeah, guys, come on, don't be shy.
And Final Fantasy patch 2.
Something.
Something.
It's something, man. Sorry.
All right.
I meant to change that.
No problem. Well, the new patch launched yesterday, and as usual, Square outdid themselves on their patch notes. The patch comes with new content, including a crafting faction, new food so you can dye your chocobo, and of course, new pets.
So many new pets, and they're adorable. They're like going out of their way to make these things more and more adorable with each patch. It's like, Sorry.
Just from what we saw last week, I had not seen Final Fantasy. My God, that is a gorgeous game.
Oh my God, it really is beautiful. I mean, just seriously. And I feel really bad for anybody listening to that show audio. I mean, it was a very visual episode.
Very much so.
We're sorry about that, guys. So, Star Trek Online is getting into the event fun. From now until Thursday, September 11th, max-level characters can take on the crystalline entity, earning new currency every 20 hours. And, of course, there are new reputations, new things to earn, and this event even has a normal and elite version. It is crazy, all this stuff that's going on. I don't even really understand it. So, we've got some patch notes here, and of course discussion in the forums. Guys, we love the forums. You should go to the forums. That's where all the best stuff's happening.
They most certainly are.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Turbo, are you ready to talk to us about what's going on in EVE? And hopefully, Stu's not going to show up. Hoots will show up soon to join us.
Yeah, I'm hoping he shows up here soon, but looks like the last time someone from EVE was here, EVE Fan Fest had just wrapped up, and everybody was starry-eyed from all the cool changes that had been announced. One of the main things that changed with EVE since is that we are on a 6-week release cycle. So now we get expansions every 6 weeks rather than 2 big expansions each year.
Great.
So if something's not ready, it can be pushed back, and something is still released every 6 weeks.
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. So everybody is still, it's like new content all the time.
Yeah.
Are these big changes or small quality of life things, or just a mixture of whatever they got?
It's a mixture of everything.
That's so great.
Yeah, they still try to push for 2 to 3 big expansions each year, but they're also wanting to get one every 6 weeks, so 10 a year, I believe, is what it is.
That's impressive.
One of the biggest releases. Well, yes.
Oh, just had a question. Now, from what I understand, EVE is still integrated with Dust, or am I thinking of a different game?
Yes, it is, but Dust is pseudo-dead. They're working on a successor to that will be on PS4 and PC. So it'll be, I believe it is called Legion, and it is going to be Dust for PCs, which is one of the things that a lot of people wanted.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because you had the game on the PC, why didn't they have that version? I understand it was
because
an exclusive.
They wanted. Yeah, it was a console exclusive, and I think they just wanted to show the game to a different audience or try something. I like game producers who try something different with their stuff, you know? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but hey, at least they're out there experimenting.
Right.
Yeah. The most recent big release was Kronos and Cirrus, and Kronos was a good release, but Cirrus is one that caused a lot of controversy because it completely overhauled the entire industry system, and we had a few people quit and then come back the next day.
I imagine, that is the game to some people, right? Is just the industry and the markets and stuff.
Yeah, and most of them quit and then come back within a few days because they realized that the sky didn't fall.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like every time they nerf something in WoW or another game, everyone goes, I quit, and then they go, wait a minute, I don't think that was as bad as I thought it did.
Yeah, exactly. Like when everything went fuzzy pandas, people were like, oh my god, the sky is falling, it's pandas! No! But it really had some great gameplay, and I'm sorry, I love the pandas. Like, all my characters are pandas. You can't beat the pandas.
Because it's like you're your own pet.
Yeah, I'm my own pet!
The industry update made the entire setup a lot more user-friendly, so now it's not just you have to have spreadsheets for everything. You still have to have spreadsheets, but the game kind of goes through and tells you what's going on, so you don't have to be so reliant on spreadsheets.
That's really great, because one thing about EVE when I played it for my very short stint is that a lot of things just aren't very intuitive to new players, and even I could see that, you know, making it more intuitive would even help some of the old-timers. I mean, just because it's got a high level of understanding doesn't make it instantly better. You want as many people to participate in as many different facets of the game as possible to get the whole experience. So I'm really glad to hear that they're making things just a little bit more user-friendly.
Most definitely.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, the update that's coming up is the Hyperion update, and it's got a whole lot of people from Wormholes mad because of little things are changing, but for the most part it's going to be a good change for a lot of the wormholes, especially black holes, which have been kind of the one area that nobody wants to be at.
Yeah, well, that's just true in general, you know. Black holes in the neighborhood, you just kind of want to move out.
They're adding PvE burner missions, which are they're more for small frigate and destroyer class ships, and it's more for a single person. So you can go in and you have to fight a really, really hard NPC that's probably going to blow you up most of the time.
Well, it's Eve.
By yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, but I like that they're adding more PvE content, you know? Again, Eve is a very different game for all the players, and you typically have to make your own content, but now and then it's just kind of nice to have something to go, okay, well, tonight I don't really feel like creating all this content, I just kind of want to do something.
Go do something, right?
Yeah.
With us joining Brave and where we've moved to, there's no longer us creating content. Content comes to us.
You just wear the tag, go outside the door, it says, "Hi, we're here to blow
And the
you up."
world
You go,
goes,
"Okay."
hug, right?
So,
Yeah, if Stu was here, he would tell you about the really expensive prorater that he lost trying to be a sneaky pilot delivering fuel.
no. Well, that's right, because Stu has to, if I remember correctly, Stu has to refuel all the POSs, right?
Yeah, he's been helping Hoots and Lank. I'm unfortunately like 20 days away from being able to help them, so I'm not going to be able to help him anytime soon.
And that's not in travel time, guys. He has to train up and learn skills, and they're going to take him 20 days just so he can be a gas attendant.
Yep.
That's
I'm
one heck of a
sorry.
training program.
Sorry, I don't mean to belittle what you're saying, but
It's crazy. Right now, I'm training how to hack relic sites, and that makes big money for me.
nice.
One of the things that they're adding with the Chronos patch is more character customization. So you can
For
get
when you're
hats.
outside the ship.
Yeah, for when you're walking around in your little tiny
Captain's
room
quarters.
that they give you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually giving everybody hats and more cybernetic arms and jackets.
Oh, cool.
And one of the hats looks like a tinfoil hat.
Nice.
Tinfoil hats in space. Guys, I just want you to think about that for a second. You're wearing a tinfoil hat as you cruise around in space. That is just the best image I think I'm going to have this week, right there.
Well,
Sounds like they borrowed Secret World and put it in space.
I'm going to say, it is Eve. Everybody's paranoid, so it works.
And for some reason, my tinfoil hat in my brain is tinted blue. Can you do that? Can you tint the tinfoil hat blue?
It's actually kind of silvery bluish color, I
No,
think.
but can you dye it?
No, I don't think you can dye it.
Oh! Come on, Eve!
Hey, and look who's joining us.
I can't see who's joining us. Who is joining us?
It's not true. It's not true at all. I'm not here yet. I
Okay.
might not even be working.
Okay.
No, we hear
Am I
you.
working? Oh, I am
You're
working.
working just
Mazel
fine.
tov. Perfect. A wild hoots appears.
Yeah.
Wild Hoots appears, yes.
Oh, that's
So-
awesome. Okay, so
So, Trevor, what else do they have coming with this expansion?
that I cannot die.
The ability to, like, if you have multiple accounts right now, the only way that you can plex the account is if you already have if you already have game time. And plexing it gives you 30 days. So they're giving you the ability to, if you have Plex on another account that has game time and you have one that's not, you can go on ahead and just assign game time to to the other account and not have to pay for time or do some jumping through hoops to get it back on.
So if you let that second account expire and you like, oh, I don't want to sign up for 30 days of game time because I got the money on the other ship, you just go, here, have it.
Yeah, exactly.
That is such a nice ease of use thing, being able to just keep everything on your main account so you don't lose track of it, and then assign it to your little alt accounts as needed. That is so brilliant. I wish more games would do that. Not that I have multiple accounts going on anything or anything, but...
No, not at all.
Never!
And they're making overviews more easily shared. Right now you have to go through a whole bunch of hoops just to get your overview.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This is a bigger deal than it seems. This is the most amazing feature that they're introducing with Hyperion. Shareable overviews. They announced that.
Dare you have a lack of enthusiasm, Turbo? How dare you?
No, but we're gonna rebalance wormholes. We're gonna make wormholes awesome. We're gonna do all these pretty cosmetic things, and then they announced shareable overviews, and everyone was like, "That's the best feature ever."
So it's basically you can take that template that says I've got my overview set up this way, and it's all customized, and you've spent all the time doing it, and you can just mail it over to somebody and they can pick it up.
It creates a link, and you just share the link with somebody, and it's saved server side. So you could email it in game to everybody, and then everybody can click on that, and they all have the same overview. It makes it good for certain operations so that everybody has the right overview, and nobody's going to be shooting blue people unless they're
and that'd be really handy for new players too. It's like, no, look, it's over in you know exactly how it's laid out, so you can say, no, it's literally in your left mid-range corner, and they go, oh, that thing there, and you go, yes, exactly, look at that little overview bit.
And I mean, the only downside is there are people in the EVE community that have spent hours of their lives creating guides on setting up your overview, and those are all going to be completely useless now.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't
now
say
they can
useless.
they're like, hey, you want a nice overview? Link here.
Right.
And you're right, Tets. They're not useless, no. But I like hyperbole. So yes. Useless.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure there will be.
Go ahead.
I'm sure there will be bad people in EVE that sell overviews, but
oh my
or
God,
do something to corrupt your overview because
or prank overviews.
That's what I was thinking is prank overviews.
Yeah, that's going to be the best thing ever. So we can highlight blues being red or something ridiculous like that. That's going to be the most amazing thing. I'm going to have to make that as soon as it comes out.
So this means that now there's even more of a way to screw someone over in EVE?
Yeah, you can make an overview that is basically exactly like the same thing, except that one crucial thing, it's just gone.
Yeah. You could hide all your bombers, and even when they unstealth, they still don't show up on the overview. It'd be awesome.
And one of the things, it creates a link, and links show up in EVE all the time, and people have figured out how to modify the links to where it doesn't say exactly what it says. So I'm sure somebody will...
the links. Great.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will make an overview thing, a link, that when you click it, your overview just is gone. Pretty much just ruined.
It just blanks you all out.
Oh man, could you set it up so it'd be like on a timer? So you're like kind of doing your thing, and then all of a sudden your overview is your layout's just gone. Because that would be that would be like the ultimate in prank overviews. Just all of a sudden, okay, everybody's in position, you're about to attack, and then your link was bad, so your overview just self-destructed.
I don't think that's a thing, but I want to make it a thing.
Yes!
Yeah.
No, make
Pretty
it
incredible.
so!
No, that actually, I mean, aside from the pranks thing, it would be nice to say, okay, I want this overview active because our mission is going to run an hour, and so you have that overview running for an hour, and then it automatically reverts back to whatever you normally have. It would be interesting. But I'm sure there's going to be a whole market of overview sellers. No, use mine, it's better, you know.
Yeah, but no, mostly as a tool for like new players coming in. It'll be nice to have like that standard overview just set up for them so that they're not shooting at blues. So that's just going to be huge. And then anytime I create a new character or reinstall the client, I like have to spend an hour setting up my overview again. Now I don't have to do that. So it's great.
Awesome. So besides all this great news that we have coming up for the 26th, what have you guys been personally doing in EVE?
I'm not sure why I am, but I tend to be a diplomatic incident generator, so Hoots made me a diplomat. And I also bought a freighter and caused all kinds of OPSEC diplomatic incidents.
So Turbo, for the people in EVE who aren't initiated, what exactly is a freighter?
A freighter is a really, really, really big semi-truck, pretty much, and they're quite expensive, and they move really, really slow. And you get one, and you move lots and lots and lots and lots of things far across the universe and hope that you don't get blown up on a gate because somebody decided to declare war on you, or they just don't like you, or they see that you have way too much money inside of your ship, and they want to see if it's going to pop when they pretty much blow your balloon up.
Oh my.
So how could you possibly create a diplomatic incident with your freighter?
Just because I'm me.
Okay. Hence the diplomatic incident generator.
That's not entirely fair. So you were in a mall, right? And you were making a bookmark outside of the station because again these freighters, they're so huge, they take forever to move and forever to align properly. So you were
basically he's a space whale ship.
Actually, yes, very much. So you were making an insta undock to kind of combat that a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I undocked. I didn't click anything. My ship was just flying perfectly straight. And you have 30 seconds of invulnerability where nobody can do anything whatsoever to do anything to you. So I just undocked, just let the game run, because I was going to... Eventually my ship would get to a good point away from the station that I could make a bookmark, and then when I undock with the freighter, I just click a button, and it zips off to that spot without having to wait 45 seconds for it to align and go to that spot.
So what happened to you while you were doing this?
I had two people invite me to a duel while I was in a really cheap ship and not doing anything, and I guess I made them mad, so they declared war on me.
Wait. So let me get this straight. You're in a giant land whale ship in space, so you know you're drifting along slowly in a small moon.
Well, no, I was in a little tiny ship, like just a little frigate, and just making because it was fast.
People are trying to pick on you for easy pickings.
Oh, so you were making you were in the frigate making a bookmark for the big ship, right?
Yes.
And that's when they threw the duels down on you, and all of a sudden, like a half an hour later, I get this notification for our freightering corps saying you've been war decked, and I'm like, why would someone declare war on our 12-man logistics corp that we use only for shipping and don't engage people in? And then all of a sudden I get this message from Turbo saying, I think I messed up. And I'm like, what? And
people are declaring war on FedEx, is what you're telling me.
That's exactly what's happening, is people are literally declaring war on UPS.
Oh my god, you guys! Could you imagine a war on FedEx? People are going to be ambushing you guys. You're trying to drop off packages.
We had to completely restructure our shipping corporation to protect all of our shippers so that they don't get shot in the war. It's I think it's hilarious, and I think it's great.
I'm just trying to imagine this in the real world. People jumping out of bushes, screaming at FedEx guys randomly.
Hey,
If
they don't deliver my packages soon enough, I might do that.
No, you're not even mad at them for not delivering your packages. You're mad at them for doing their own packages.
Yep.
And you're jumping out of trees. Ah!
Yeah, they got mad at me because I was being just passive and didn't want to play their little game of, here, let me blow you up.
Oh, jeez.
Nice, real mature guys, real mature. Though this game's not exactly known for their maturity, so I don't think I could ever shame them.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, this coming from Pet Princess Aludra.
Right.
Oh, you showed us.
And I'm almost as bad as Stu. I lost my one ship that was really expensive because I was bad and warped to a place that I probably shouldn't have been, and NPCs blew up my poor Gila that I've had since I joined the Corp in February, and it was named Malcolm Reynolds because of its resemblance to the Serenity ship.
Nice. Very nice.
So you were in a bad part of town where you shouldn't have been?
Yeah, the NPCs didn't like that, so they kept me from warping away until they blew me up, which only took a few seconds.
Oh,
So they
man.
tackled you.
Yeah.
Warp scramble, and nope, you're not going anywhere.
Exactly. And I couldn't do anything. So that was 300 million S just gone.
Jeez.
Let me ask you a question though. Like how much ISK do you make in a given night, Turbo?
Depends on how many other people are doing it, but last night I made 310 million in just about 3 hours total, and that was just flying around doing little things.
So you made the ship in an hour.
Yeah.
So don't feel too bad.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That he's gone like he hasn't become shipless or homeless or anything like that. He just unfortunately warped his ship into the wrong place. And I just want to say, for the record, I have never lost my ship to NPCs. No, I take that back. I've lost, I think, a Thrasher when I was 2 weeks old, still derping around in high sec before I joined AIE. But other than that, I have not lost a single ship to NPCs in the game.
Oh, except for this other time when you lost a ship and...
I lose ships all the time to other players. I lose ships consistently and frequently to other players.
But not NPCs.
But not NPCs. That's my one true claim to not being terrible at this game.
And I'm trying my best as kind of a recruitment officer to spread the word of AIEU to everywhere that I can get our name out. And I don't know if it's working, but I'm trying.
Have we seen any increase in members?
That I don't know. Hoots, have we?
On and off. We actually, last week we saw a little bit of a spike in Delta. So far so good. Keep it up.
Great.
Now that everything is settled down too, we're not structure grinding every day in order to take over a new region. It's a much better time to join us because we're settled down. We actually have a home. You don't have to alarm clock at 4 a.m. in the morning to capture that home. It's great stuff. It is a better time to join us now.
Great. And if someone was interested in joining, what do they go about doing that? How do they do that?
Turbo?
Probably the best way would be to apply at Umami if you have your character already made, and from there, once you have been accepted in Umami, we will give you specific instructions to keep you safe while you're with us, because Brave is a large alliance and they have a lot of enemies, so we're at war pretty much constantly. So we try to keep you from dying when you come to us, so we usually wait until...
Except for the very explicit instructions where I tell you to blow yourself up in order to get to us.
Yeah.
Is that in or out of the station?
That is out of the
that's a
station.
stew thing. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a stew thing to blow yourself up in the station.
Correct, yes.
I think he's a bad influence.
No, I'm
It's
really a
just an
terrible
interesting influence.
Eve Branch is a total bad influence. They're like, yes, let's blow people up, and yeah, let's start a war, and yeah, let's militarize our UPS. I mean, guys.
We're like the cool kids in the corner with our candy cigarettes. It's pretty terrible, and I put "cool" in air quotes.
Now, look, the interesting thing, though, about Eve is, unlike all the other divisions of AIE, a lot of those rules and niceties are just not there.
It's a little bit looser. To be total, like, since I became CEO, I've kind of dialed that back a little bit, and I've brought a little bit more order to town. Because, when we were in test, it was a little bit different, and certainly kind of the community you hang out with influences quite a deal. In Test Alliance, I mean, they're fun guys, they're great people, but they're definitely an unmoderated Reddit community in all its glory and terribleness, really, that is the internet. So I've kind of tried to bring, I guess, the shtick that differentiates us from the rest of EVE, that we're your oasis of sanity in a sea of madness. Because EVE is definitely a really dark and really sometimes it's even a little bit of a boys' locker room type of mentality, and I don't like that, and I don't want to see that in AIE. So we've brought that back. I've kind of reintroduced the naming requirements for AIE.
Oh, wow, great.
And, I don't want to see, like, farting McFarterson in my corp when I'm looking in local or corp chat. No. So we've kind of, I wouldn't say we're actually that far. Again, the language requirements are a little bit looser, but other than that, it very much is the same AIE.
That is really great to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people think that, AIE and EVE is exempt from the rules and it's totally different, but as long as it's still AIE, I mean, that's what we want to give as a gaming community. It's pretty much the same experience no matter what game you're in.
Yeah, absolutely. People in AIEU are absolutely not exempt from the rules and kind of standards of conduct we have in AIE.
Which is just brilliant. I love that. I love that, no matter what, we always give the same kind of experience. I play Final Fantasy with a totally different group of people than I play World of Warcraft, but I know I'm still playing with the same type of people who want the same type of thing. And that's just one of my favorite things about the guild.
And I try to go about recruiting people in more of a sophisticated way than just really bad and not good methods that some of the other corporations that are in Brave tend to use. I don't go around spamming cans everywhere and naming them that we're recruiting. Sometimes we'll post up in local to tell the other corporations.
I think we should spam cans everywhere and post that we're recruiting. I think that might be effective and funny.
Oh, God.
Oops, maybe not.
You have an idea.
Yeah.
Well then.
I can do whatever I'm told. If you want me to spam cans, I will have cans all across the entire universe.
No, we need to do it. We need to do it ironically, though. I'll think about that. Like just one can at every gate, like throughout all of Catch. I think might be because that way you're not causing server lag. And I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Oh my gosh, there yet another way to cause lag and troll each other in EVE, guys. You heard it here.
Yeah, like what some large corporations will do is they'll take their 250-man fleet and have everyone drop a can, and then 2 minutes later, or whenever the timer is up, have everyone drop another can, and all of a sudden you're causing a bunch of server lag.
Right.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
And the time dilation only kicks in when it when you guys are in combat, right? So that wouldn't be affected by that.
Tie-dye usually happens when there's a lot of people on a server, just so that no one person has an advantage.
Right.
If you have additional calculations on grid and on that particular node, then cans could influence tie-dye. It would if people were shooting at them or were dropping them. I guess that's an additional calculation, and it's an additional thing that you have to render
Right.
as far as when you're loading grid. So yeah, that would marginally impact tie-dye. Probably not as much as everything else going on, but yes and no, I guess would be the answer to that question.
Awesome. So what is AIEU up to in EVE? I know what you guys are doing, but what are we doing in general besides, all the great recruiting?
Hoots and Lank have me working I'm now the recon officer, and they have me working on OPSEC missions and doing OPSEC things in OPSEC for more OPSEC and OPSEC.
I'm having him scan all of Providence. Oh wait, did I just spoil what the OPSEC was?
That's it. If you want to say it, you are the fearless leader.
Dun dun dun.
No, we've been getting into a tumble with our neighbors up north in Providence Block. So we've been saying hello to them in a friendly fashion. I named my ship Cuddles. I blow it up with hugs. Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. We've been getting into a fight with the neighbors up north, who some of them are role players. So a big shout out to in EVE.
Wow.
They're kind of jerks though, because they role. I mean, and this is how the game is sometimes.
They're
like
role-playing jerks. You can be anything you want in space.
The thing is,
you to be a jerk.
is, I think, the ultimate role-playing game, because you're playing yourself in game. So I don't get why then you need to role-play like a particular faction. But that said, there are these people in the CVA, which is an alliance that lives just right to the north of us, and they're known as a big role-playing alliance. Except again, like the faction that they role-play, for any of you who know anything about EVE, is like an extension of what's called the Amar Empire, which is just a really big bunch of jerks. And so yeah, it's real interesting.
People, I shouldn't be surprised about people, but honestly, you can be anything literally in the universe, and you're choosing
And you role play a jerk.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, just wow.
So yeah, we've been bringing love to them because we think they need it.
Oh, good.
You're waving your scanners at them and hoping they wave back.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good.
Lank Theris tends to rile them up because he likes
Gee, Link riles people up? Never!
Lank Theris is... if you want to talk about a diplomatic incident generator...
He's one way to...
Yeah!
Every week I, read something, he'll send it over, our super secret officer group me, and I'll be like, you did what? Am I going to need to talk to the Brave Alliance Council and calm them down? What really? Thanks, Lank Theris. Thanks for spamming in local chat that the Amarian god is not so great. Thanks.
and in love with the pasta god.
And right, that's kind of the big theme, is that
so
the
he's just
Amarian...
feeding the role-playing trolls.
Right, yeah, that's exactly. So
when you roleplay a jerk...
Right.
Hey.
The role players do not enjoy you saying anything even just slightly negative about their Amarian princess.
Wait, not only are they role-playing jerks, but they're role-playing religious zealot jerks. Are they like the Westboro Baptists of EVE, or what?
It gets worse. Religious slaveholding jerks. Yeah, because the Amarian Empire is slaveholders, so they're religious slaveholding fanatical jerks.
Who are overly sensitive, apparently.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh my gosh!
They are super serious.
People need all the love they can get. Yeah, they're real serious about it. So literally, these people need all the love that they can get, and we just want to bring them that love.
They need hugs and cuddles. I see why you named it Cuddles now. I'm getting it.
Most definitely.
Yes. Other than that, I think beyond like the CVA shenanigans, I think I have my Poco, or not my Poco, my Moon Tower empire that I've slowly kind of amassed, and I think that's why you ended up buying a freighter, Turbo, and a lot of people in the Corp. I've kind of, I don't know, drafted them into moving stuff for me. So we're making money. We're kind of just building now. Now that we have our home, this is our building stage. And other than that, just a lot of small gang activity. And then I have a couple of contests too. At the end of the month, the person that has the most kills at the top of the kill board, I am going to be personally giving a Plex just as a contest. So that is a Plex, again, for the uninitiated. I think we talked about this a little bit with the introduction here, but that is a month of game time, or you can sell it for a good deal of money on the market in EVE. Yep. So that's going on. Anything else you can think of, Turbo?
Oh, we are going to be holding a sort of amazing race like Star Wars is planning on having, but ours is going to be the Amazing Death Race, because we're sending people across very, very dangerous space, and they have to deliver a package, and then they have to re-deliver that package back to us, and we're going to have eyes in places, and as soon as we get every detail worked out, we're going to provide really cheap ships, and then we give everybody a package, and if they can make it, they get rewards.
Yep. So what is this official, unofficial PI fuel block materials buyback?
So that's yeah, I see that on the list, and that's because I have, again, and I didn't want to explain what my small empire of moons means, but what that means is I have a bunch of structures that are anchored on moons, except they cost billions of ISK per month to maintain. And at first, I had Stu, Stupid Genius, our logistics director. He was hauling all of this fuel back and forth, and he finally kind of looked at me proverbially one day and said, you're an evil dictator, why are you making me do this? I'm going to build it all locally, because that's going to be so much easier. And that's what happened. So we are purchasing materials to build fuel blocks so Stu can get some sleep sometimes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nah, evil dictator must go. Stu didn't show up. He must do it the long way.
That's what I keep telling him, but I don't know. He like keeps complaining about not being able to sleep.
I've seen his list of moons, or not moons, but POSs that he has to refuel, and it's not a small list.
Well, those are the things he signed up for when he decided to become an international gas station attendant.
Hey, Ludra.
Yo.
Hoots will set you up with some mining moon goo.
Hey, she does enjoy digging in dirt.
Clearly, it's all I'm gaming in right now is dirt.
Oh, and AIEU is recruiting, and we can get anybody in AIEU can get you a 21-day free trial code. That's a buddy code, and how it works is you get 21 days free, and if you subscribe and buy the game, then what happens is we get a Plex. But the nicer of us, we will split that Plex with you, which is usually, I think, Plex is going close to 800 mil sometimes, so that would be 400 million ISK just to start off with. And when you're first starting, ships cost less than 500,000 fit up sometimes.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way to help you start shooting at people. And we offer free ships. So
actually, that's the other thing. Yeah, we do keep our common hangar, full of free ships for absolutely anyone to take. They do not cost a thing. It is completely funded by my Crazy Moon project. It's free for everyone, and if you're in the Corp, take a ship, because I don't want them sitting there. And if you're not in the Corp and you're looking for a home, we do offer free ships. And for the nicest, the real nicest of us, I give my Plex to the newbie completely. I don't even take a cut. So use me, Hoots, or Druce and Howden on the forums as your recruiter. Otherwise, but no, really, we'd love to have you. It's a fun time, and it's a good time to join us. It's not so terribly crazy because EVE is an intimidating game, and calmer times are usually a better time to get in.
And you know, there's a lot of downtime between other games right now, so you might as well try something new.
Yeah, and if it's not for you, hey, no harm, no foul. I mean, it's a free 20-day trial. That's what I did.
All right, so I think that's about it for tonight. Unless anyone has anything else?
No, I think I'm good. You know, I mean, we found more dirt for me to dig in.
Great.
So, yeah.
Okay, so while our chat room begins to suggest show titles, we want to thank Turbo and Hoots for joining us so much and hear about all the crazy things going on in EVE. And just a quick update, that DragonCon meetup that we announced earlier, the meetup is actually at 8 o'clock at Joysticks, not 7. I just got a text from Math a little while ago.
Oh, well, gee, if you want to be there on time.
On time.
It starts at 8.
Supposed to fashionably late.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're going to be there early because we said it was at 7.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, Hoots and Turbo, how can people find you guys via Twitter, website, the interwebs? Where are you guys at?
You can find me at Turbo Addiction. I've been recording a segment. There won't be one today because we covered pretty much everything in EVE today for the past couple months. But I will try to have one every week, and you can I'm at Turbo Addiction on most places.
Perfect.
And you can find me on the Twitters at AIE Hoots, all one word. I also sometimes do a small podcast called Capstable, which you can find at capstable.net. It's shockingly about EVE Online. So yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, absolutely check it out.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very awesome. So, if you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also find us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Akizad, who isn't here, so I don't see why he gets to be first on the list, is at Akizad. I am at Aludra_AIE, and Michaela is at Cyberwave. And of course, Ted, our amazing fill-in host, who did an awesome job, is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Wow, I just totally messed that one up, didn't I? And you can join the chat room and play along with our website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including much lesser-known Shaws, Overly Dramatic News, Ask Miss Mulgra, Hailing Frequencies, Ask a Magus, and Buxley's Journal.
Segments edited here. All right, thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys. Next week we'll be talking to Dux and Avalus in Lord of the Rings Online. So until then, this is Makala.
And this is Aludra.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Awesome. Okay, so we have some great chat
Oh my God.
room
I
comments.
was trying not to giggle during the dang podcast while reading the comments.
I know.
All right. So,
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast.
yep.